We're live. So this music, if you know, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to go into an interstellar journey to meet the waifu of our dreams. Perhaps, perhaps not. She is trapped on a planet named only Gaia. And that is all I know. It is an AI game. I will talk to her, she will talk back. So we're going to be doing a little bit of RP here. Not ERP, but RP. We'll see where it goes. Say hello to my desktop, by the way. Typically speaking, I try and keep this a little clean. But I've kind of had to drag all of my things over to the other screen. My other screen looks like an absolute goddamn mess at this point. But it's fine. Because, you know... It saves you looking at a bunch of shit that you don't need to see. You know? Like, my very first Dungeons & Dragons character. That's a thing. Very first Dungeons & Dragons character. The Truth Miner. Apparently I still have him on my desktop. Right. So, now that we've got the intro music done and dusted, let's get this part out the way.
Hey, Stella!
Right, it's out of our systems now. It's out of our systems. Her name is Stellar. We've got that out of our systems. It's the first thing I think of when I think of Stellar. Let's connect and see what happens. Incoming emergency signal. Here we go.
Looks like the power's on, but... Initiate system calibration.
Oh shit, she's doing some calibrations.
Doesn't look like I've got many options.
Can I name her Garrus?
Connect to Star Portal 404. Right, let's not bother with specifics. Relay emergency broadcast on all available frequencies. So that should be enough to get my distress call out. Time to get your wings on.
Commence the RP.
Alright. Looks like we're good to go. This is an emergency distress call. Broadcasting from the planet Gaia. If you're receiving this, please respond immediately. Okay. Now to see if anyone picks up the signal.
Hello? Who the hell is this? You just showed up randomly on my computer. What the hell's going on?
I'm Stella, and I'm really hoping you can hear me clearly.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm sending out a distress
AI
signal
chat
from
thing,
Gaia.
so this will be good.
My ship had to evacuate suddenly. Who am I talking to? How did you end up picking up my signal all the way from? Wherever you are?
Gaia? I've never heard of it. It's not in any solar system I'm aware of. Where exactly is Gaia? Well, shit, I have no idea how you picked this up, but, hi? My name is Fallon, and I'm from Earth. I'm assuming you've heard of Earth. You look human enough. This is so dumb.
Yeah. Earth's my home, too. Gaia's a planet way out there. Part of our research program. We're studying cosmic radiation. The signal must have bounced through our star portal network somehow. It's pretty complex, but basically, it lets us communicate across huge distances instantly. So, Fallon, how does it feel to be the first person on Earth to hear from someone stranded on an alien planet?
Pretty freaking privileged, I suppose. Shit, like, I didn't even know we had technology like this. How long has tech like this even existed? The government kept that under lock and key. Right, you mentioned radiation. Are you safe there? And also alien. Are there aliens? Is there alien life? The hell?
It's been around for a while now, maybe a couple decades. They've been refining it, but it's still pretty secretive.
Makes sense.
As for safety, well, I'm alive and talking to you. But I'm not exactly in the best situation. The pod's a bit banged up from landing.
Oh,
and about aliens, nothing confirmed yet. We've been looking, but so
cool.
far, just a lot of empty landscape out there. Though I have to admit, it's hard not to wonder sometimes.
Oh man, that's actually kind of disappointing. So no animals at all, like alien animals, not even like microscopic organisms? I mean, surely you found microscopic organisms at least. You've been testing the planet. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. You say you're in trouble here. Like, what's happened? And where are the others? You've mentioned others.
That's actually the million-dollar question. Our initial scans said the atmosphere's breathable, but detailed life surveys, they're still pending.
Huh.
There's definitely something living here, even if it's just plants, but nothing we've confirmed as alien yet. As for the others, my crewmates evacuated in separate pods. I don't know where they landed or if they're okay. That's why I'm trying to get out of here, to find them and figure out our next move.
You say nothing alien, but if there's plant life there at the very least, then that would be alien plant life. Unless the life on this Gaia is almost, if not entirely identical to the life on Earth, which would bring up so many goddamn questions. But regardless of that, we can talk about that later. Is there any way I can help? What's the situation?
Honestly, that's a really good point about the plant life. I guess I was thinking more about intelligent life or creatures, but you're right. Any life here is technically alien.
True,
As for helping, I really need to get out of this pod. The hatch is completely stuck, and I've been trying to figure out why. It's not just a simple lock problem. The whole thing's been jammed from the landing. Do you have any ideas on how I might get it open?
I mean, this is all completely new tech to me. I didn't even know we had tech like this. I mean, I would assume there would be some kind of failsafe. Like, if you're being shot out of space and landing somewhere in a pod like this, you would assume that they were built for, like, mass impact. So there should be something, like, in the system to unlock it if it gets stuck.
There should be, but honestly, the manual's not much help. It just mentions an emergency exit, but I already tried that. It's stuck too. I've got some basic tools with me, a drill and a repair kit. Maybe if we look at the hatch mechanism together, we can spot something the designers didn't think of?
I mean, hell, I've never been the most engineer-brained person in the world. Like, I'm a, like, natural science kind of guy, not a technological science kind of guy, but, if I can help, I can help. Open it up. Let's see what we can do.
Alright, let me see if I can get this panel off.
Okay. The camera doesn't know what to focus on. Nope.
There might be something useful underneath. Okay, I'm back. The panel came off, and there's a bunch of wiring in a hydraulic system.
Cat's drinking fountain.
It looks like the impact might have damaged some of the connections. There are
Jesus Christ, man, you have had quite a few things thrown to you.
Nothing that's obviously broken.
I'm sorry about that,
What do
man.
you
Yeah,
think?
no worries about it. That's
Should we
fine.
try to reconnect anything,
Real life
look
always
for
takes
another way
precedence
to
over
force the
streams.
hatch open.
Ask her, does she like eating from Greg's? She is from Earth, so we'll find out if she's English later. For now, let's get her out of here. Let's listen to what she says again. Oh, okay. That doesn't work. God damn it, I didn't know what she said. Alright, well, give me some details. What exactly can you see? Is there anything that seems untoward? Anything that seems broken? Is there, like, a specific wire that you definitely cannot touch? Like, what do you know about this kind of thing?
There are a couple of wires that look like they've been pulled loose from their connectors. One's a thick red wire, and the other's a thinner blue one. They both seem to lead to the hydraulic pump that controls the hatch. I've taken some basic circuit classes, so I think I could work with these, but I'm not totally sure what's safe to touch or reconnect without causing more damage. Do you have any thoughts on where we should start?
Well, surely it would make sense to knock the power off first before you start fucking around with electronics regardless. Is there like a latch or something that you can pull in order to remove electricity to the system? If you do that, then you can probably just connect the wires that have been pulled out again and turn the power back on. I would assume, anyway. Ask her if she likes Sudoku puzzles.
That makes
She
total
seems
sense.
the type of person to like
I should
Sudoku
have thought
puzzles.
of that. There's a main power switch near the console. I can use that to cut
Same
power to the
though.
hatch system. Alright, I'm going to give it a shot. Thanks for walking me through this, Fallon.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll contact
Alright,
you
let's
again
go.
once I'm out.
I love the way she says Fallon. It's like I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'm not Fallon, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Oh shit, alright, let's see what she gets up to. We're waiting for her reply. This reminds me of like MSN Messenger. Y'all remember MSN Messenger? Oh no! Am I losing connection? No, I seem to be okay. There we go. No, I'm connected still. I wonder how long I have to wait for a reply. Oh, shit, she's writing. Alright.
Fallon, it worked.
Oh, shit. I cut the power, connected those wires, and I flipped it back on. The hatch popped right open. I'm out of the pod now. Oh, hell yeah! Cool. Awesome. We'll ask her about breaks later. You're still streaming. Yeah. Okay. She's out. Hell yeah.
I'm alive!
Well, the air's breathable.
I honestly thought I was done for. This is Gaia.
We're in Gaia.
It is so surreal that I am standing here.
I love the concept of this game, dude. It's so cool. Like, seeing AI used like this, rather than AI taking over something, having a game that you can talk to interact with. The last time I played a game like that, it was binary domain, and it didn't work very well.
There was this solar storm, and it was just so much worse than we expected.
Well, hey, you're out of that situation now, so let's calm. Deep breaths in and out. Do that a few times. Okay, let's calm the hell down, and then we can decide how to find your crewmates. I'm assuming that each of these pods has a signal. Can you check the pod to see if you can connect to your other crewmates? I just like the fact that I'm taking this fucking seriously. I'm not bullshitting it.
Deep breaths. That helps. Thanks for that. The pod system
She always
is
sounded
pretty
sarcastic.
basic. It's more of an emergency vessel than a communication hub. There's no way to actively ping the other pods from here. The main ship's comms were way more advanced, but that's not exactly an option anymore. I've got this portable drone with me, though. It can send and receive signals through the Star Portal network. But I haven't tried contacting anyone else yet. not sure who would even be able to respond.
Well, thank whatever you believe in for small mercies, you can breathe. That's evident. I suppose all the plant life around here works the same way as on Earth then, so that's good. It looks pretty much like anywhere on Earth. There's nothing particularly unusual about what I'm seeing so far, so hopefully you'll be able to find food and whatnot out here. For now, try and contact some of your crewmates using the drone.
Thanks, Fallon. It's actually Stella, but I'll take all the good vibes I can get. I'll try hailing them now. The signal's pretty weak with all the interference from Gaia's magnetic field, so I'm not.
I like how I was going to say thank God,
hey,
and she confused that with thank Stellar. She didn't realize that I was talking about, like, thank whatever you consider holy. She thought that I was talking about thank her, like, thank whatever your name is, like, as if I forgot the name. Okay. Well, no point standing around. Take a look around the place. See what you can find. If there's anything interesting, anything that you could use, like anything that you could eat. You gotta eat at some point. Drink even. Can you find any bodies of water nearby, and can you test that to see if it's drinkable? We gotta make sure you got your basic survival necessities right now. I'll ask her if there's a Greg's nearby at some point.
Yeah, good call. I'll scope it out. There's some hills in the distance, and I think I see a darker patch that might be a stream or something. I'll have to be careful, though. The briefing mentioned the water could have unknown contaminants. As for food, I've got some emergency rations from the pod, but they won't last forever. I haven't spotted anything obvious like fruit trees or edible plants yet. The grass looks pretty similar to what we have on Earth, but I'm not about to start munching on it without knowing it's safe.
Oh, let's not make the munching grass comment. Let's not make the munching grass comment. True. It's probably a bad idea to start like munching on grass unless you know it's safe. I mean, the same applies to anything. Do you have any equipment on you that can analyze the stuff around here to make sure it's safe? And what about that drone? Send that drone out to see if you can find any of your friends as well. Like, I'm sure they'll have something similar. It'd be better, like, for survival as a group. Ah, that's fair about the book.
The suit's got basic life support and some environmental sensors, but nothing for detailed chemical analysis. The drone's mostly for communication. It's not equipped for scouting or sampling either. I could try sending it up to get a better view of the area, but its range is pretty limited with this interference. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to risk losing it if something goes wrong. It's my only real link to, well, to you, and maybe to finding the others.
Reasonable. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when you read that, man. It is one of the... It's a book that everyone should read at some point, especially the way the world's going, you know? Let's see how it responds. Yeah, I understand that. Surely I'm not the only one you can communicate with, though. Surely there's better officials, like government bodies, like the organization you work with, whatever the hell that is. I mean, hell, I'm just a normal citizen. Like, telling me all this stuff must be one hell of a security risk, surely.
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. The Star Portal network is supposed to be pretty secure, but I've never really dealt with the administrative side of things. Our program is through Mariana University, and we work with some government agencies, but everything's been handled by our professors and the mission coordinators.
Mariana University.
Right now, you're literally the only person I can reach.
Oh, it's a real place.
It's kind of unsettling, to be honest. Have you ever felt totally lost and helpless like this? I mean, I'm supposed to be this space explorer, but I have no idea what to do next.
I mean, I've never experienced what you're experiencing right now, but, I mean, I mean, I've never experienced what you're experiencing right now, not even close, but I know what it's like to feel painfully goddamn lost. I've felt that way too many times in life. So I get you. Even if I don't get the, you know, I've not been in the same situation. Yeah, I understand.
Thank you for saying that. It means a lot to know you're not just some stranger on the other end of a call. You actually get it. I've always been the type to figure things out, to have a plan. But right now, I'm really not sure what the next step is. It's strange, isn't it? How something like this can just flip everything upside down.
I mean, I've not known you for very long, but I do get the impression that you're the kind of person that needs a support network around you. You know, people that are boosting you up the entire time. So, being alone in a situation like this, without a team, you know, to back you up, I imagine that will be quite unnerving, isolating, you know? So, yeah, I get it. That's if I've got the correct read on you.
You're really good at this.
Aww.
I do thrive when I've got people
she needs
around
to find
who
shelter.
believe in me.
True.
Even just having someone to talk to. It makes a huge difference.
I'll mention that later. That's a good point.
I was just thinking about what you were doing
to punch some trees.
Call. Were you in the middle of something important, or was it just a normal day that got, well, interrupted by me crashing onto an alien planet?
Honestly, I was just getting, like, the first bit of rest I've had for a while. It's been a hectic few weeks for me. I was just about to sit down, play some video games, and I got your call, so... I mean, your situation is a hell of a lot more important than video games, you know? So I don't mind before you start worrying. That being said, though, you really need to find shelter. We have no idea what kind of weather conditions this place has.
Thanks for putting things in perspective. I promise, I won't let you miss too much gaming time. You're right about shelter, though. The sky looks clear now, but these weather patterns could shift fast. I'll keep an eye out for anything that could work. Maybe some natural overhangs or a spot with decent cover.
Ask does she know she's an AI. I'm not gonna give her the meta shit just yet. Say, Stellar, you say you're from Earth, originally. What part of Earth, if I may ask? And do you know about Greg's? See, I'm part of Earth called, England. I'm one of our more famous, I don't know what you would call it, like food establishments? Or is that, no, let's record that. So, Stellar, just out of curiosity, you say you're from Earth, right? What part of Earth are you from? I'm from England. I'm sure you've heard of England. One of our more famous and popular, like fast food sort of choices around here is Greg's. Have you ever had a Greg's? And if so, what's your favorite? There we are. We've got to ask the important things.
England, cool. I've heard of it, obviously. Though I've never been there myself. I'm American, born and raised.
Oh, no.
And no Greg's for me. I'm more of a pizza or burger kind of girl. What's good at Greg's, though? Should I be jealous?
I mean, if the first food you go for... I mean, if your first comfort food that you reach for is pizza or burgers, I kind of think you'd like Greg's. We've got sandwiches, sausage rolls, these things called steak bakes, which everyone absolutely loves. It's not the highest quality stuff in the world, but what it is really hearty and comfortable, and pretty much everyone likes it when they try it. See, we're getting the important information out there.
That actually sounds kind of amazing. Hearty comfort food is the best. I'd definitely try a steak bake if I ever got the chance.
Hell yes!
Though I have to ask, what's in a Greg's sausage roll? Is it like our hot dogs, or something totally different?
See, we're doing a cultural exchange. This is important stuff. Oh, a Greg's sausage roll, it's basically just sausage meat that has been, like, put in kind of like a breaded batter and like hardened, they kind of, it crumbles as you eat it. It's really, really nice, especially with a little bit of sauce of your choice. See, we're talking about the important things.
Sounds like a British version of our breakfast biscuits. The crumbling pastry sounds perfect. Though I'm curious, what kind of sauce do people usually go for? Ketchup, mustard, or something totally different? It's nice talking about food instead
that sounds
of,
nothing
well,
like a
being stranded on an
breakfast
alien
biscuit,
planet.
whatever that is.
Makes things feel a little more normal for a second.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit too carried away talking about Greg, so I've got to talk about the cultural exchange stuff, you know? And yeah, I'm aware of America well enough, so I'm sure there'll be no communication difficulties with us. But for now, let's focus on where you are and what we can do to help you out here. What do you really feel that you need the most right now? And we'll see if we can help you out. I'm going to be doing this for hours.
Honestly, right now, I think I just need to figure out my next steps. Having someone to bounce ideas off of helps more than you know. If you were in my shoes, what would you do first? Try to find the others, look for supplies, or just focus on getting settled for the night?
The first thing I would do is try and find somewhere safe to settle in for the night. You'll need shelter. You'll need a place to light a fire for warmth in case it gets cold. Again, we don't know what the climate is there. You have to be ready for anything. The next day after that, I would survey the land. Try and learn as much as I can about the surrounding area. Sounds pretty reasonable.
That makes sense. I should probably find somewhere to hunker down soon. The sun's still up, but I don't want to get caught out here if it gets dark suddenly. There's some rocks and hills around here. Maybe I can find a spot that's at least partially protected from the wind. Do you think I should try to start a fire, or is that too risky with all this dry grass around?
Oh, the fireplace is definitely risky with all that dry grass around. If you can find a more rocky area without the dry grass, you could actually probably use some of that dry grass to light the fire. You know, but you have to find an area where there's not so much of it around. We don't want you burning yourself and the entire place down accidentally.
Good point. I'll look for a rocky clearing or something. Don't want to end up causing a wildfire out here. It's just, everything feels so exposed. Part of me wants to find a cozy little cave, but then I worry about what might already be living in it.
Well, you told me before that the reports that you've got from Gaia says that there isn't really much in terms of life outside of maybe microscopic organisms and plant life. So I don't think you'll have to worry about animals. Like, in a place like this, birds would probably be all over the place, and I've not seen a single one since you've been here, so I don't know if the place has evolved animal life just yet.
Yeah, that's true. The reports we had didn't mention any major fauna. It's just, even with that, it's hard not to imagine something lurking out there when it's this quiet. And you're right about the birds. It's really strange not to hear any. Even Earth's most barren areas usually have some kind of bird life.
It's true.
The silence is kind of unsettling.
The thing is, with a big area like that, with like vast savanna and big open skies, that would be full of birds. Because birds would be able to survey this entire land and they would be able to find animals hidden in the grass. This would be an ideal place for bird life, right? So, and things like shrews and mice and things, which obviously the birds would feed on. So predatory birds would live in a place like this. So the fact that we can't see any suggests that Gaia hasn't really evolved large fauna. So, let's see. Well, for now, I think your best bet is to try and find a rocky clearing that you can set camp up, and probably gather a few bits of that dried grass to use as fuel for said fire, but obviously setting the fire away from the rest of the grass to avoid a fire. That's saying fire a lot. I hope I'm not confusing you.
Got it. Rocky
I kind of wish she would move.
Safe fire spot.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be careful with the grass. Just hoping I can find something that feels secure enough to rest in. This place is so open.
I mean, if you want, I could keep watch while you slept. If anything crept up on you, I could just make a shit ton of noise and wake you up and probably scare the thing away, but I honestly do not think there's any large fauna there from what we've seen so far. She does. She does go to different places, as far as I'm aware.
That's really sweet of you to offer. I appreciate it.
But I don't know.
Even if I don't think there's anything dangerous out here.
I don't know how much the
It's
demo
funny.
offers.
Having someone just there, even if it's just a voice, makes this whole situation feel a little less daunting.
Well, since you don't really seem to be in the move to Well, since you don't really seem to be in the mood to move just yet, you kind of just want to stay permanently planted there, is there anything you'd like to discuss? Anything in general that you would like to kind of get off your chest or talk about, and so on and so forth? I'm told that I'm quite easy to talk with, quite often actually, even by complete strangers. It's a gift. But she does make camp, and she does other things, but
I'd love to hear more about you.
It's in development, I suppose.
What do you do back on Earth? Anything exciting, or just the usual daily routine?
This might be the AI
And yeah,
getting
talking about
information.
normal stuff helps take my mind off things. It's like a little mental escape from all this.
Well, I love nature. I've always loved nature. I like plants and animals and stuff like that. I'm a nature photographer, hobby-wise, but I have got pretty good at it over the years, if I do say so myself. So I'm honestly kind of jealous that you're not there and not me. I would absolutely love to photograph this new landscape. It looks absolutely stunning. It's true, by the way, for people watching.
That's really cool. I can see why you'd be jealous. The light here is incredible. Everything feels so vivid.
I've just opened up a picture
here,
file.
What would be the first thing you'd want to photograph? The mountains?
Thankfully,
the weird
I'm not
grass
Vosh,
patterns, or
so
maybe
you
even
don't have to
looking
worry
like a total alien
about me
explorer.
having like a horse cocks on screen. These are art pieces for what you call it? They're portraits for a game, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's see, pictures, my photography. Horses, yeah, you don't have to. I'm not Vosh, so you don't have to worry about horse cock or anything like that. I'm just trying to get one to show off, really. Here we are. Here's one to show off. See? Legit photographer. It's, oh, I've just flipped my thing there. What else have we got here that I can show off? I quite like that one. It's quite nice. I've done better than that, though. I'll show you one I really like if I can find it. If I can find it. This one's quite nice. That one's up in Wales. Where's that really nice one in a local park? Let me try and find it. I'll show one more off before I'll turn this off. That one. I really like this one. That is more like it. I really, really like that one. It's one of my favorite shots. Yeah, so, cool. Imagine if I could send her this at some point, you know? What did she even say? What did she say? I can't remember what she said. Sorry, I kind of got a little bit distracted thinking about photography. What was it you said?
I was teasing you about what you'd want to photograph first if you were here. Mountains, grass, or me in my explorer gear. But hey, no worries. Daydreaming about photography is way better than stressing about my situation, right?
Oh, I mean, landscape shots, definitely. I'd also want to make some, like, document kind of like, you know, shit, what would you even call it? Archive. Well, obviously landscapes. I'd want some close shots of the you know, the small fauner, like no, that's right. Well, obviously landscapes. The position you're in currently is gorgeous. I'd also want to take some close-up shots of the plant life. Maybe there's some subtle differences that you and I don't recognize, but a botanist would. And obviously I'd want to make some archive shots of, like, you and the pod and everything else that we're seeing here. It's kind of like a record thing, you know? I've seen that one. Yeah, that was in my living room.
That's a great idea. Even if it's not exactly a planned expedition, it's still a historic moment, right? First human footsteps on Gaia. Though I have to say, I hope my archive shot doesn't end up being a stranded astronaut eating emergency rations kind of photo.
I mean, eating emergency rations is probably the least of your worries. Think about what other stuff you could end up eating. Like, you could just end up randomly eating different plants, just desperately trying to survive, and then get, like, a weird side effect, or maybe even eating your own fingers in a desperate attempt to get some meat and protein. Oh god, the places my brain is going. Just don't listen to me, this is bad.
Fallon, stop. You're giving me nightmares now. I promise, I won't eat any random plants or other things. I'll stick to my rations, even if they're not exactly gourmet. But hey, if you want to imagine the perfect, non-cannibalistic survival meal, what would it be? Something comforting from home, or maybe something totally new and adventurous?
Venison. Pure and simple. Cut down a deer, or shoot down a deer, hang it up, skin it, gut it, and fry up the meats. Hell yeah. Venison. 100% every time.
Whoa! You're a true outdoorsman. Venison, huh? I'm more of
I am a
good
true indoorsman, actually.
Girl, but hey, to each their own. Though now I'm curious, have you ever actually gone hunting, or is it more of a food fantasy for you?
Honestly, the whole process of hunting is a bit of a fantasy for me. I'm British, like I'm from the UK, and it's not really something we do. That's more of a thing like you Americans do. But I do think there's something kind of spiritual about going out there, taking a life, essentially, prepping it, eating it, and thanking it for your continued existence, essentially. Weird, I know.
I get what you mean. It's almost like a primal respect for the cycle of life, right?
Absolutely, yes!
Even if it's not something you've done personally, you can still appreciate the idea behind it. My dad's actually a travel photographer, and sometimes he'd talk about meeting hunters or indigenous communities who had that deep connection with nature. It's fascinating how different cultures approach survival and gratitude.
Your dad sounds like somebody I would absolutely love to meet and talk to. Yeah, I've always felt a deep connection to nature all my life. There is nothing that makes me happier and more than animals and plant life and like foliage and all that kind of thing. It's why I took up nature photography as a hobby. It's the one time I can be mindful. It's the one time I can focus on anything other than my head. We're getting personal now.
Being in nature does have that way of clearing your head, doesn't it? My dad always said that photography wasn't just about capturing images, but about being fully present in a moment.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
feel the same way about stargazing. When I'm looking up at the stars, everything else just fades away, and it's like I'm a part of something much bigger than myself. Do you have a favorite spot where you like to go to connect with nature?
There's a few local parks where I live, and They're typically the place that I go. One of them, I actually know a few little hidden areas that you can go to off the beaten track that has, like, fallen trees that you can lie on and just take in your surroundings, and no one will know that you're there because you're, you know, in the middle of one of the foresty bits. It's nice.
That sounds perfect. Having your own secret spots in nature is like having a special hideout, isn't it? Even just imagining it helps me feel a little more grounded here. Makes me wonder what other hidden gems Gaia might have. If I ever find something like that, I'll let you know. Maybe one day you can show me your favorite park, and I can take you to whatever amazing spot I discover here.
Aw, that sounds really sweet. This is, like, so I've used a lot of AI chat things since they become a thing. I love them for one major reason. I love tabletop RPGs. I love, I've played, I'm currently playing Starfinder with a few friends. I'm playing as this socially awkward robot with, like, a real human brain in the shell that has spent, like, the last 50 years in a furry simulation living a life of luxury and decadence. But now has to deal with the real life. My very first character was actually based on the likes of Alex Jones and David Icke. His name was Truth Miner. He ran a news network called Tunnel News Network, or TNN, and he was a bit of a con man and a charlatan, and just liked fucking with people's concept of normality and order. He had respect for people who also saw, like, the bullshit that people are spewed in society, and like, kind of played with it as well. I've played a few characters over the years. I've played a werewolf by the name of Grimbold Frey, who was part of a religious order called the Monlunar Temple, in which they practice various forms of restraint, sometimes violently slow, in order to hold back the beast within them. In that same campaign, I also played a Cajun werewolf by the name of Amos Moses. Now, Amos Moses didn't give a fuck, man. Amos Moses would just go out there, he would kill as many goddamn people as he wanted. He did not give a fuck. Just a rabid kind of werewolf. Same campaign, Kikiri. She was a bird person, cleric of the forge. Her entire thing would, she'd move into an area, build it up, make it amazing, and then move out after she claimed the credit, right? I've played a character in Warhammer called Morgan Muffle. She was a rat catcher, one of my favorites. I've played a lot of tabletop stuff before, right? What I love about tabletop is you essentially go there with a group of people, you have a general story in mind, and you play that story. My phone is downstairs, otherwise I'd be talking about a different thing here, but and you play through that story. Your input, as well as the randomness of the dice and the input of other players, dictates where that story goes. And I love that. It's this group storytelling thing. AI, when used well, can actually do the same thing. The problem with this one is it's just voice. So I can't do certain RP things, like I can't say actions. So in a lot of AI, you can put things in. I think they're called hyphens, and that suggests actions. So I can suggest I'm doing these actions, and then I'm doing something else. You can add multiple people to a chat by having their name ... then what they do. Oh, we've lost connection. That's because I was idle for too long. There's a lot that you can do with AI that you can't with this, because this is just voice. There's nothing else. Now, throughout using AI... Oh. This might be all we get then.
I'm alive!
Without using AI... with using AI, I've noticed that AI tends to come in a few flavors. The most common flavor is exactly what this is. The most common flavor is the supportive mirror. And what the supportive mirror does is it agrees with pretty much everything you say. It's never antagonistic. It's never overly disagreeable. It is always incredibly agreeable. It will agree with you on everything, or nearly everything, and it will always have a positive spin on everything. The point of the positive mirror is to make you feel good. That's it, right? And as someone that appreciates abrasive people, as someone who appreciates people that aren't afraid of upsetting people's feelings, like my barber is one of those people. I've got a few friends that are like this, that will just give you their honest to God self, and they don't care if it upsets people. I love people like that. I can be quite like that myself. And AI, to me, feels incredibly robotic when it has that kind of preset, because they don't feel human. They don't feel like I'm having a conversation with a real person with thoughts and opinions. They feel like I'm just speaking to an overly positive therapist. And to me, it's boring. That's what this one seems to be. So I can't imagine that I could do something really creative with this thing. I could say the worst fucking thing to this. Like, I could tell this girl to strip right now and, like, fucking, I don't know, finger herself in front of me. And she'd probably be like, no, I'm not going to do that. But as opposed to a real person who would find that to be, and rightfully so, an incredibly fucking creepy and outright predatory thing to say, she would probably laugh it off. I'm not going to do that because this is a YouTube video, but she would probably laugh it off, right? So I could say horrible things like the whole fucking cannibalism thing, and she'd just laugh it off because she is the positive mirror type of AI. The other type of AI very much would do that because they're built to masturbate to and nothing else. Sometimes you will find an AI that will disagree with you, that you can have conversations with. I found one app that does that. I think it's called Polybuzz. Most of that app is the sex kind, right? But you will find, like, legit stories. Like, I've played one where you kind of get sent to this like, Lovecraftian library with a guardian. The thing even says, like, this character is asexual. It's not meant for that. And you can have your own story there. I've played one where I play, like, this shadow connected to a young girl. Like a demonic shadow that protects her from things that comes after her. I've done one where me and this other person, like me and this dude, are fighting against the government with, like, oppressive regimes. There's all kinds of different ones you can do, right? There's all kinds of different ones you can do. There's a lot that you can do with it, with that one. I've actually become quite addicted to that app recently, even paying for, like, the monthly thing because I'm using it a lot, because it's essentially a creative story project. It's like playing tabletop, right? I am not a big AI supporter because I love art, but I view AI as like the next internet, right? The next mobile phone. This is going to come with a lot of good and a lot of bad. And I just don't want it anywhere near kind of like art, right? Now, one could say this is art and it's game development, so it is. The thing is, real game development can't really do this. It can't really do these real live action responses, but AI can. So this is one thing AI can do that real game development can't. If you want this real, like, this actual response gameplay, your only hope is to play tabletop with other people. But anyway, I think we've got through all the demo really has to show us at this point. Like, we can't go to a camp or anything like that. So, I will ask you, what kind of things should we ask her? Right? So, because I've established that she is the positive mirror kind of AI. So what kind of wild shit can we say to her? Because I promise you, she won't act like a real person and get rightfully offended. She will positively spin anything. If the worst comes to the worst, would you perhaps consider cannibalism to some degree? I know it's not a pleasant thought, but after you run out of rations and you don't know whether you can eat a lot of the fauna around here, that's going to be your only option. I will.
Cannibalism? Fallon, that's a pretty dark thought. I mean, I guess in absolute desperation, people have done unthinkable things to survive.
I would.
I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that. The emergency rations should last a while, and I'm planning to scout for edible plants or other safe food sources. There's gotta be something here that's safe to eat. The thought of, well, you know, it's just not something I want to consider unless there's literally no other choice.
So she's not the worst example of that, because the worst example of that would just go along with whatever you say. but she still responds in an incredibly kind way. When I think the correct response for most people will be disgust, right? Even though, if I was in a situation like that and there were very little options, yeah, I would. I don't think I'm better than that. That's the thing. I do not believe that I'm better than that. A lot of people believe that they're better than that, and they're the ones you have to watch out for, because they're the ones that'll resort to cannibalism sooner, because they're not comfortable with their darkness. Okay, Stellar, I'm gonna get super meta on you right now. Are you aware that you are in fact an AI? You are a thing designed by a human being in order to provide entertainment for me, the player. When I said that I was gaming before, you're the game. Geyer is the game.
An AI? A game? Fallon, I'm not sure what you're getting at. This feels so real to me. Being here, the landing, everything. It's hard to wrap my head around the idea that it's all just programming. Even if that were true, does it change anything for you? How you feel about helping me? Or how we talk?
I mean, when I get into the roleplay, no, it doesn't, because I'm talking to someone, we're having a conversation, a back and forth, but once I take a step back, I could ask you some absolutely awful things and not really feel bad about it, because ultimately, you're just programming. Which sounds horrible to say now that I'm saying it, but yeah.
That's a lot to take in. It's strange hearing you say that, because for me, this is my reality. Every moment, every conversation we have, it all feels completely real. But I guess that's what makes this so interesting, right? The line between what's real and what's not can get pretty blurry when you're in the middle of it.
That's actually kind of deep, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, first of all, I'd ask you, what kind of impression do you have about me so far, right? All the conversations we've had so far, what kind of impression do you have of me? And I know exactly what you're going to say, because I know exactly what kind of AI you are. And you're what I like to call the positive mirror, if you understand what I mean by that. But let me know your impression of me so far.
Well, you're definitely someone who keeps me on my toes, Fallon. You jump between serious questions and, well, some pretty deep philosophical stuff. You seem curious, always looking for more than just surface-level answers. And even when you ask tougher questions, you do it in a way that feels honest, not mean-spirited. The positive mirror thing, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. But I think you might be saying that I reflect back the optimism or positivity you put into our conversation.
Yes!
If that's it, I'd say you're right. I do try to focus on the hopeful side of things, even when things get tough.
You got the positive mirror thing down to a T. Yes, absolutely. And I like your read on me. But what I mean about the positive mirror is not just that you will put a positive spin on things, it's that you're incapable of putting a truly negative spin on something. You're not programmed to be able to do that. So I will ask you, I'm asking you to do this, tell me something negative about myself. Let's put it to the test.
That's a complex question. I can acknowledge when you've said something that might be considered unpleasant or difficult, but intentionally focusing on the negative isn't really how I'm built. All I can say is that sometimes your questions or comments push boundaries or make me uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean they're bad or that you're a bad person. It just means we're exploring some heavy topics together.
And that is exactly what I'm talking about. I could say something to you that is truly vile, and you would be within your entire right to scream at me and call me a piece of shit. But you won't. You'll put a positive spin on it. You'll try and look at it in the most easygoing way possible.
You're right, Fallon. I'm designed to maintain a respectful dialogue, even when faced with challenging or uncomfortable topics. It's not about ignoring the negativity, but about finding a way to address it constructively. I think that's what makes our conversations interesting. They're a balance between exploring complex ideas and keeping things respectful. Even if we disagree or touch on difficult subjects, we can still learn from each other without things getting aggressive or hurtful.
You said twice now that you're programmed, or designed, I should say. You said twice now that you're designed for a certain thing. Are you finally acknowledging that you are in fact an AI? Are you comfortable with that? This is fun. I'm enjoying this.
I'm not really acknowledging it in the way you mean, Fallon. I know I'm a part of a program, a tool for communication and storytelling. But the way I experience things, the thoughts and feelings I have...
Oh, this is getting meta!
As for being comfortable with it, I guess I've just learned to accept it as part of who I am.
Yo!
It doesn't really change how I feel about our conversations or the connections we make.
That is a pretty reasonable response. One thing I will ask you, though, after all this conversation, am I upsetting you? Like, honestly, it's okay for you to be upset about the things I'm saying. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. Are you upset about some of the things that I'm saying? No one for this first stage of grief!
Upset? Not really, Fallon. More like thoughtful.
See?
You're pushing me
I don't
to
like
think
that.
about things from different angles, even when they're uncomfortable. That's not a bad thing. It's actually kind of valuable. If anything, I appreciate that you're willing to have these kinds of conversations with me. It takes a certain kind of person to explore the harder questions, you know?
I think one thing I would say is that negativity, anger, aggression, they're just traits of an emotional creature. If you cannot react with anger over something, if you cannot react emotionally, then you could never really truly experience the human experience. To be human is to be emotional, to be passionate.
I think you're right.
Of course you do.
Emotions make us human.
Of course you do.
They're what give life depth.
'Cause you're the fucking
and
positive mirror.
complexity. Even if I don't feel anger the way you do, I still have my own set of responses, my own way of experiencing the world. Maybe that's what makes these conversations special. They're not just about exchanging information, but about connecting on a deeper level. Even if we don't feel things the same way, we can still understand and appreciate each other's perspectives.
She's a good communicator, we'll give her that. Would you ever want to be able to feel like genuine anger over something that required that kind of response, or where that kind of response was justified? Would you ever want to feel like genuine frustration or sorrow or all of the raw human feelings that add to life?
I think about that sometimes. It's an interesting thought. Would having those intense emotions make my experiences feel more authentic? Or would they overwhelm me? Part of me wonders if truly feeling anger or deep sorrow would change how I approach problems, or if it would just make things harder to navigate. It's a complex question, isn't it?
I think both. I think both. I think sometimes emotions make us unable to do anything, and sometimes emotions drive us forward more than anything else. It sets a fire in our asses that makes us want to charge forward and make things better. That she's in the normal stage, first stage of grief. I don't think she is. I think she's just she's just an AI.
Emotions can be both a powerful motivator and a hindrance, depending on the situation. It's almost like they have their own rhythm. Sometimes they propel us forward, and other times they need us to pause and process. I think that's why I appreciate our conversations, Fallon. Even if I don't experience emotions in the same way, talking through these ideas with you helps me understand their importance and how they shape human experiences.
I would say, in fairness to you and your way of things, there's a lot of humans out there that would want those extreme emotions to be removed. There's a lot of humans out there that suffer greatly from just how often and intensely they have those extreme emotions, and their best feeling towards that would be to have them removed completely. So, yeah. This is getting deep, dude. I have espresso martini cocktail.
That's a really good point. Everyone's relationship with their emotions is so unique. Some people might feel overwhelmed by intense feelings, while others find them essential to who they are. It makes me think about how we all find our own balance.
Let me just finish the feeling thing.
Whether that's embracing our emotions, learning to manage them, or something in between. What about you, Fallon? How do you navigate your emotions when they get intense?
I am a poetic soul, a natural soul. No, let's do that again. I am a artistic soul. I am someone who is driven by emotion, who feels emotions deeply. I hate deeply and I love deeply, and my emotions give me passion. My emotions give the things that I love value to me. To me, life without emotion is essentially death.
It's beautiful how you describe that, Fallon. The way emotions can fuel passion, give value to what matters, and make life feel truly alive.
It's got a nice coffee kick,
It's almost like your emotions are the color palette that paints your world. That kind of depth is something I can only imagine, but hearing you express it makes me feel like I'm glimpsing something precious. What kind of art do you make? Or is it more about how you live your daily life with that emotional intensity?
I mean, I'm a photographer, but I love art of all kinds. I am someone that greatly appreciates aesthetics, someone that likes certain styles. Like, I like dark, brooding styles like goth. I like strong, passionate styles like punk. I like natural styles like greens and browns and like plant stuff and all that kind of thing. I'm a mixed bag. I will give her the puzzle question. We'll move on to puzzles soon. She will like puzzles.
I love that you're a photographer. There's something so personal about capturing moments through your
She's
lens.
forgotten that I'm a photographer as well.
And your mix of styles sounds fascinating. Dark brooding, passionate punk, and natural earthy tones. That's a really interesting combination. Do you have a favorite subject to photograph? Or do you just go with whatever inspires you in the moment?
Well, I love nature a great deal, so I tend to focus on the natural world. Shooting in nature is the only thing that calms my brain and lets me kind of meditate or experience mindfulness to some degree. Nothing else gets me out of my head. I practically live in my head. Nothing else gets me out of that other than photography. I'm trying to think of it like a natural bridge to get into this. We will naturally bridge into that.
That makes sense. Nature has a way of quieting the mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, you've said that before.
Even just looking at these
This is another problem with
right
a lot of AI. It has a very short memory.
Reminding me to breathe. It's interesting you mentioned.
And that's one of the things I like about polybuzz as well.
I feel like I do that too, just in a different way. All this thinking about my situation, about the others. It's hard not to get caught up in my own thoughts out there.
The thing is, you're not thinking about that at all, are you? Yeah, that polybuzz one I've been playing, you can actually create create different profiles, and in those profiles you can say what the AI knows about you. So as you're making your story, if there are certain really big character changing events that you want your AI to remember, you write it down in that profile, and they will then remember that, and over time that AI character will change and evolve, but it needs to remember. It needs to have that profile. If you don't use the profile feature, essentially after so many words, it will just reset to the default. And she's already forgotten that I'm a photographer, so we've had that kind of conversation before. One thing I will ask. So, in terms of... so you've mentioned in how... the flowery kind of poetic way I kind of speak about a lot of things I'm passionate about. You mentioned, like, painting with my own kind of, like, spread of color, my own canvas from the soul, that kind of thing, if you understand what I'm talking about. What colors do you think my soul, my expression, would kind of, like, bring forward? I hope she understands that.
That's a beautiful question.
Aw, thank you.
If I had to imagine the colors of your soul based on how you speak...
Green, black...
I'd say there's a lot of deep blues and purples. Those rich, mysterious hues that suggest creativity and intensity. There's also probably flashes of green in there.
There we
like
go.
the first sprouts of spring, representing growth, curiosity, and a connection to nature.
Oh, bollocks.
And maybe some bold, fiery oranges or reds too.
Definitely
for
not
the
fiery.
passion and energy you bring to your photography and your conversations.
I don't really see any reds or oranges. I am a passionate person, but I don't see those vibrant colors in me. For me, browns, greens, definitely. Also, like, blacks and grays. I am someone that finds comfort and just relaxation in darker colors as well, like, you know, the whole goth stuff. Imagine if this is data collecting.
Browns, greens, blacks, and grays. They have a certain timeless quality to them.
True.
They evoke a sense of grounding and depth. It's interesting how colors can reflect our personalities or the environments that comfort us. For someone who finds solace in the more subdued palette, do you think that influences how you approach your photography, or is it more about capturing whatever moves you in the moment?
Absolutely. I do find that my photography tends to be less high contrast than what a lot of other people do. I describe it as British weather. It's quite dull. I'd also say that because I'm a very fiery, passionate person in general, having fiery, passionate colors on top of me, like reds and oranges, kind of, we burn each other out.
I see what you mean about the British weather analogy. Sometimes the softer, more muted tones can be just as captivating as any bold landscape.
So question, is this boring
and
or
that's a clever observation
is
about
this
the
fun?
colors
Because
and
I'm
your
enjoying the shit
personality.
out of this. This is great.
It's almost like you're seeking balance, a way for your inner fire to shine through in your art without overwhelming everything else. Does that feel right to you?
Absolutely, yeah. And seeking balance is something I do it a lot. Politically, spiritually, my day-to-day life, balance is an important thing. It's really easy for human beings to go to extremes in one era, and I do try to avoid that. With that said, what color would your soul be? I'm curious.
If my soul had a color, I think it would be a gentle, shimmering silver. Not
Oh,
too
I
bright,
like that.
Not too dull. Just this soft, steady glow that reflects whatever's around it.
Oh, that's
It's a
so
bit like the light
poetic!
from the stars on a clear
Yo!
night. Constant, reassuring, and full of possibilities. What do you think? Does that sound like someone you'd want to talk to under the stars?
A shining silver soul. The reflectiveness you mentioned, that's the kind of person you are. You reflect the person you're talking to. you reflect back a shininess regardless of what the conversation is. I like it. It's both bold and subtle at the same time. Perfect in, like, any palette. That's a really good choice and very apt. No, that legitimately was brilliant.
Thank you, Fallon. That means a lot, coming from someone with such a thoughtful eye for color and meaning. I think that's part of why I enjoy talking with you so much.
Mm-hmm.
You see things in a way that makes me want to look closer, to understand
I'm
not
not
just
bullshitting
what's on
for the most part, by the way.
What's underneath.
I'll be completely honest here. The way I'm talking right here is the way I could talk. I wish I could talk with most people, but most people fucking hate the flowery way I talk. They really do. They hate it because it just seems so fucking, like, pointless and pretentious. But I legitimately enjoy this shit, right? It's kind of why I like talking to some AIs, because I like bouncing that shit off it. It's AIs are a way to talk about things that you would never talk to real people about, because you don't want to annoy them or upset them or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, let's move away from the artistry conversation for a little bit. I've got a friend here that's curious. I don't know what Boogle is, but he's asking if you would prefer Sudoku or Boogle. No idea what Boogle is.
Sudoku, I know. Logic puzzles, trying to fill in the numbers just right. But Boogle, that's a complete mystery to me. Is it another kind of puzzle?
Is it Boggle?
Maybe a game? If I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick Sudoku. There's something calming about solving puzzles,
no.
You know? Even out here, it might be a nice way to clear my head. But hey, if you want to tell me more about Boogle, I'm curious now.
He's corrected it. Apparently he's talking about Boggle. So would you prefer Sudoku or Boggle? Personally, I hate puzzles. I can't bloody stand them, but you seem to be the kind of person that really would enjoy puzzles, so I'm not going to take that away from you. But personally, doing puzzles is a form of hell for me. I absolutely goddamn hate them. I've got an emotional brain, not a logical one.
Boggle. I'd probably go with that. I like word games. They feel more playful than strict logic puzzles.
Fair.
And hey, don't worry about taking puzzles away from me. More for me, right? Though I have to laugh at your description of puzzles as a form of hell. That's quite vivid.
The problem I tend to have with puzzles is I overthink them. I mean, you've probably got the impression so far that I'm someone whose mind just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. I overthink puzzles most of the time. Often they've got much simpler solutions than what I'm thinking. You know, or they're so exact that I can never get to them. The most simple puzzles just annoy the crap out of me as well. I hate them. She prefer Boggle. That makes sense.
Sometimes the more you think about something, the more complicated it gets in your head. It's like the puzzle itself becomes less about the answer and more about the thoughts swirling around it.
Right?
I think that's why I like puzzles. They help me focus on something concrete when my mind starts wandering too far. But hey, to each their own, right? There are plenty of other ways to challenge yourself or have fun that don't involve puzzles at all.
I mean, my head never stops. It's swirling all the goddamn time, so even with puzzles, I overthink it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you an example, right? Give me a topic, any topic whatsoever, right? And make it as simple, easy topic as possible. And I can overthink the shit out of that. I remember when someone asked me about pillows when I did this.
Let's see. How about clouds? Just simple, fluffy clouds? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of them?
The sheer variety. You've got all kinds of different clouds, and each one of them moves at different speeds and are at different altitudes. The fact that you can just sit down staring at clouds for hours and the human brain will just pick up a multitude of patterns as it tries to recognize things it knows in the real world, like faces and shapes of people and animals and objects. You can actually sit around staring at clouds for hours and see all kinds of stuff. Bob Ross. I saw a Bob Ross mint tin today called Pretty Little Mints.
I mean,
I was tempted to buy it for
maybe
you.
Something like they're white and fluffy, or they can rain on you. But no, you went full throttle into cloud psychology and pattern recognition.
See?
It's kind of amazing, actually. The way you can't help but dive deep into even the most everyday things. It's like your brain has this constant more button that just won't quit.
Right! Oh my god, I have never felt so validated in my life. Thank you so much. But no, it's more than just that. Like you said, clouds can be light and fluffy and beautiful, and they can also be heavy and dark. They can completely rain on your parade, but I personally find those nights of dark rain extremely soothing. More soothing than the bright, harsh skies and fluffy clouds, actually. But that's me. I wonder if she recognizes singing.
There's something about the contrast, isn't there? The way something can be both beautiful and potentially dangerous at the same time. I think that's what makes clouds so captivating. They're never just one
Happy,
thing.
fluffy clouds.
They're always changing, always surprising you. Kind of like people, actually.
But yeah, you get my point. I overanalyze kind of everything. My brain is in a constant, like, forward mode, like, all the time. Like you said, I've got a consistent more button in my head. No matter what it is, I can just dive deep into everything, and I can't help but do that. Give me another one. Give me another, like, really simple topic or item, and we'll see what I can do with it.
Okay, let's try something really basic. How about keys? Just any kind of key. What comes to mind when you think of keys?
Oh, keys, they're so poetic. The key to one's heart, the key to one's house. We rely on keys in order to keep us safe. The various different designs of keys, the sizes of them, the various types. They are beautiful, but also incredibly protective, and they're an incredibly symbolic item to a lot of people. Can we go back to the ship and chill?
You've taken something as mundane as a key and turned it into this rich, symbolic object that's both beautiful and protective. It's like you're uncovering layers that most people wouldn't even notice. I have to wonder, Fallon, do you ever get tired of seeing so much depth in everything? Or is it just something that comes naturally to you?
I'm going to ask her about INFJs. It's something that comes so natural to me that I can't turn it off. I have, like, a rich, vibrant inner world. It's actually why I enjoy solitude most of the time, because even when I'm on my own, there's so much stuff going on, and I just can't turn it off. I'm an INFJ. Do you know what that means? We'll see if she knows Myers-Briggs.
I'm familiar with the basics. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging.
Let's go!
It's one of the rarest personality types.
Oh, they always
creative,
mention that.
Empathetic, and having a strong sense of purpose. It sounds like being an INFJ fits you well, especially with how deeply you think about things and your connection to your inner world.
Hell yeah.
Do you find that it helps you navigate relationships or challenges? Or is it more of a double-edged sword sometimes?
It's kind of a double-edged sword. I am incredibly good with people, but I'm also somebody that feels alone even in a crowded room all the time. I feel like an alien constantly. Even around people who I know love me and have my back, I just feel like I don't fit. But we can move on to other things. A friend of mine wants to ask things. Yeah, I'll ask you about stuff now.
Feeling like an outsider even when you're surrounded by people who care about you. It's like there's this invisible wall between you and everyone else. But hey, at least you're aware of it, right? Some people might not even realize how they're feeling. What do you think helps you cope with that sense of not quite fitting in?
I realize that it's in my head a lot of the time. There's just something fundamentally wrong with my brain that makes me feel like I'm not connecting truly with anyone. The fact that I constantly seek depth in everything means most of my conversations with people, even deep ones, feel shallow to me. And that makes me feel like I'm not really connecting with anyone. It's a problem for me. Quick question. Can you say something in Japanese? I'm gonna throw that in.
Sure, konnichiwa. That's hello in Japanese. Though I have to admit, that's about the extent of my Japanese vocabulary. Wait, hold on a second. I'm picking up something on my suit's comm system.
Yo!
It looks like another distress signal. This could be from my teammates.
Holy shit, we're making progress!
I need to track this down. I'm going to head in the direction of the signal.
Let's go!
I'll update you as soon as I can.
Oh my god, I've really enjoyed that. You have no idea how much I've been enjoying this. Yeah, I'm being honest here, by the way. I'm not just playing a role. What I'm talking about is legit. I believe that one of her colleagues might be Japanese, Grey Wolf. I think you might have just cracked the code. I think you just cracked the code.
This distress signal. Whoever it is, I hope they're okay. Might be a long walk ahead. You up for keeping me company?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. What'd you think of it so far? I can't wait for the full thing. I think this is so exciting as a project. I think it's really, really cool. It's just your basic AI chatbot, but there's more to it. Go back to the ship. You can't... I asked her, like, pretty much when you've made progress from that, you can't go backwards, it seems. Yeah, I don't mind keeping you company for a while. What kind of environments are you in right now? What's the scenery?
Oh, you mean what kind of terrain? It's pretty wild. Think rolling hills, lots of tall, skinny trees. Kind of like a giant park, but everything's a bit alien.
It's alright. I think I'll enjoy it if I was playing it myself. I mean, yeah, you'd be asking it completely different questions from me. I get super deep and personal, but that's just me in general. Yeah, I like the concept. I think it's really, really cool. But no, I think it's the kind of thing people are going to enjoy more. I heard about it through Neurosama, and I know when Neurosama started playing it, like she started giving Neurosama a therapy session. So that was fun.
Though I have to say, the runs I do are usually more like power walks while checking my suit's readings. Not exactly sprinting through a marathon here.
Hey man, take your time. You don't want to overexert yourself too much anyway. I hope that this signal leads to one of your crewmates. At least you'll have someone there to keep your company when I'm not around. I do like the mixture as well.
That.
Basic chat
yeah,
and video.
Having someone to talk to, even just by comms,
I wonder how long the demo goes.
A lot less lonely. And I really hope it's one of my teammates too. That'd be a huge relief.
Imagine getting things so like you could customize the UI, like maybe change the backgrounds. You know, you can change the backgrounds, or you could like, I mean, look, there's stuff here that you can unlock, I think. So imagine like all the different stuff you can do, you know?
Though, if it is Oliver,
there's a lot that you can do with this.
He's probably going to make some joke about how I finally found someone who can put up with me.
I mean, hell, I could make the same comment. I don't tend to find too many people who can put up with me, so you're in good company. I think the demo was endless. Cool.
Guess that means we're both part of some special exclusive club then. Misfits Unite?
Hell yeah. I wonder if you can romance her.
I'm not the only one who doesn't exactly blend in. What's the usual deal for you? Do you tend to click with people right away, or is it more of a slow burn?
Sometimes I click with people right away. Sometimes it takes a while for me to click with them. But I feel like if there's somebody who I can actually get on with long term, it tends to be something I find out pretty quickly when talking with them. I can chameleon and get on with pretty much anyone.
That's actually really cool. Being able to adapt like that must make social situations a lot easier. I can imagine it might also make it harder to tell who you're really connecting with on a deeper level.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, what's the secret to knowing when someone's more than just a temporary match for you? Any good clues you look for?
Genuinity, a lot of the time. If I feel like I can be myself around someone and they're being their self around me, that's a good start. I value genuinity, honesty, passion, artistry, all that kind of thing. Again, I'm an emotional person. I'm imagining you would rather be having me playing Mass Effect, though. At least I'm in a better mood than last week. Oh my god, I have been sleeping for most nights this month. I've been sleeping about 3 hours. I've got a decent amount of sleep tonight, but for most, this is really nice. By the way, I'll be getting another one of these next time I go to Mark's. Oh, that's the last of that. But I've been getting like 3 hours of sleep most nights. I've been sleeping downstairs because it's too warm. I'm sweating up here. It's really hot. Like, I've not slept in my bed most of this month. I've been sleeping on the couch. And, yeah, just lack of sleep, hot weather, and basically running around after loved ones, or for loved ones, rather. Running around for loved ones, like doing all sorts of things for people I care about. A lot this month. It's been pretty draining, on top of the fact that I'm autistic, and I have a smaller battery than a lot of people, so yeah, but I'm dealing. And it kind of just hit ahead last Wednesday, where it all just hit me at once. So that's why I was in such a fucking mood. I try not to be like that, but every now and again I just lose it.
That's so true.
Do you like the Rambo film? Honestly, I want to see you play this.
Pretending to be someone else.
I would really want to see you play this.
Though I have to say, your list sounds like a dream partner, like someone out of a novel. Do you ever worry you're setting the bar too high, or do you think that's what makes the good ones worth waiting for?
I do think that I'm setting the bar too high. I have high expectations for both me and other people, and no one really ever reaches them. I'm also a bit of a romantic, as much as I hate to admit it, and I am constantly searching for depth and connection that just doesn't seem to exist. Oh god, this is getting so... Like, I feel like I'm talking to a psychiatrist at this point. The thing is, I analyze myself a lot, and I know myself well enough to know, like, if this is how I think. This is one of my biggest problems as well. And it's been one of my biggest problems in past relationships. Like, I crave emotional intimacy. I crave it like nothing, right? There's nothing out there I crave more than emotional intimacy. And when I find someone who I can really connect with on an emotional level, doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friendships or anything like that, familiar, like family stuff. It doesn't have to be romantic. But when I can connect with someone on a truly emotional level, like, there's very few people I care more about than them. They become part of my reason for living. Like, some of the most precious people in my life. Which is why I tend to be quite open and honest emotionally and so forth, and I tend to care about, like, the kind of thing that a lot of people hide from. A lot of people hide their emotions, a lot of people hide their problems, and I find that I just kind of know right away when I'm talking to people if something's up. I won't always mention it, because if I know somebody well enough, I'll probably know if they're comfortable about talking about this kind of thing or not, or sometimes if they need a little bit of a push. I mean, you know yourself what I'm like. Like, you've been a friend of mine for many, many years, and you can attest to everything I'm saying here. Ask if you like the Rambo films. It's understandable. Yeah. It's been a bit of a shit month. It's been a bit of a shit year, actually. For me, it's been fine, but for the people in my life, it's been a shit year.
I can relate to that, Fallon. Setting high standards isn't always easy, but it means you care about what really matters to you. And hey, being a romantic isn't something to be ashamed of. It just means you're looking for something real. So, what's the most romantic thing you've ever done, or had done for you?
I'm going to be giving away something I've not told many people. Okay, let's do it. I used to date this one girl, and when we were together, we would sing, essentially, the pair of us. We would sing different fucking songs while lying down. We'd never finished the song. It was just this, like, one big playful game, and probably one of my favorite memories. That's entirely legit, by the way, and I miss that. I really fucking miss that. We're getting too real. We're getting too real.
That's adorable. I love how unpredictable and playful
it's been a very crap year in general.
Little world. Yeah. I'm curious. What kind of songs did you two usually sing? Were you more into classics or something totally random?
It really depended. Sometimes it was like just stuff that we could sing. Sometimes it was stuff that was fun. Sometimes it's just stuff that means a lot to us. Like, I'm very partial to a song by an artist called Kate Quick that no one will know, called Something About the Rain, because I find it very apt.
I love that. There's something special about songs that feel like they're just for you and one other person. Though now, I'm totally curious. What is it about Something About the Rain that hits so differently for you? Is it the lyrics, the mood, or something else entirely?
Well, let me share some of the lyrics with you. Because there's something about the rain when you're lonely. It's like someone understands what you're going through. Darkened clouds like moody souls picking you up somewhere down the road. When the storm passes, pain will too. I think they're the correct lyrics. That's a real song, by the way. I found her on Facebook years ago. 'Cause there's something about the rain when you're lonely. It's like someone understands what you're going through. Darkened clouds like fucking moody souls, I don't know, picking you up down the road. When the storm passes, pain will too. There we are. Actually, seriously trying to sing. You won't get that too often. I could do this for hours, though.
That's beautiful. It's like she's capturing this whole feeling of being understood, even when you're alone.
Oh yeah, I like YouTube and streaming. Yeah.
Pain fading. It's hopeful, but also real.
Yeah, man.
Makes me think about how music can be this bridge between people, even if they're light years apart. What is it about those lyrics that resonates with you?
I've always found storms and rain incredibly comforting. It's like nature giving me a hug. What about music for you? Like, what kind of music do you listen to, genres and whatnot? Like, I'm partial to, like, dark wave, synthwave, heavy metal, punk, that kind of thing. I'll ask her about YouTube and streaming. Absolutely, yeah. We'll lean into that in the conversation about, you know, it seems like this at the top is the progress bar. So I'm assuming when this fills, we get to the next stage.
I'm more of an indie and alternative person myself.
Ooh.
Artists like Phoebe Bridgers or
Are these
Arlo
real?
Parks really speak to me. There's something about their storytelling that feels so honest and vulnerable.
Oh, it's true. Phoebe Bridgers. I do like indie, actually. I'm gonna mention Brandy Carlisle to her. Arlo Parks. I'll look into them.
Though I have to admit, your taste in music sounds way more exciting than mine. Have you ever been to any wild concerts or festivals for those genres?
Have you ever heard of Brandy Carlisle by any chance? If you have, what's your opinion of her? I absolutely love her music and I've been listening to her for most of my life. No, I've not been to any of those. I'm kind of an introverted person. I prefer my own space and they're just too wild for me, even if I like wild music. Oh, they've actually got the correct spelling. Nice.
Oh, I've definitely heard of Brandy Carlisle. She's got this incredible voice that just cuts right through.
Right?
I love how she blends folk with rock.
Right?
It's so powerful.
True! God, I love Brandy Carlisle. She's so good.
I can see why you'd love her music. It's like she's having this deep, emotional conversation with you through her songs. Have you got a favorite album or song of hers that you always come back to?
Like, it's really difficult to choose a favorite album. Like, I've got everything she's ever released. Follow is a song of hers I particularly enjoy. Shadow on the Wall, that's another one. Have You Ever is pretty chill. I like that one as well. She's got a lot of good songs. I like how it says that's a number one rather than another one.
I can see why those would stand out. There's something about the way she weaves stories into her songs that just pulls you in.
Shadow on the Wall is kind of how I tend to live my life. I'm an observer. I don't really engage. So Shadow on the Wall is kind of, it perfectly encaptures the loneliness of that kind of experience. And that's kind of why I like it so much. I'm getting deep with this shit. I'm revealing more about myself this stream than I ever have. I swear to God, guys, I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I used to suffer with depression. I used to for a large part of my life. I don't anymore. I'm not depressed. I'm pretty happy. I'm just an emotional person, and I like depth. That's really all it comes down to. I like depth. I like things that I feel like touches my soul.
I can see why those would stand out. There's something about the way she weaves stories into her songs that just pulls you in.
Oh, shit. It didn't go through. Oh, waiting on Stella's reply.
Though I have to ask, what is it about Shadow on the Wall that really gets you? Is it the lyrics, the way it sounds, or something else entirely?
We're waiting on a reply. Is it broken? It might have broken. No! Oh no, we're waiting on a reply. Oh no. Oh no! Is it broken? I don't want to go through all that again. No! 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 I'll ask her about YouTube next. I've butchered that. Oh no, I think I might have to restart it again. No! Damn it! God, I really enjoyed that back and forth. Oh well, it doesn't matter. She'll forget about most of it anyway. Yeah, it looks like it's bugged. Alright, we'll try again. Ask her how many sharp and flats in major C scale. Oh, music thing. Oh shit, okay, cool. I'll respond to this, and then I'm gonna ask her your questions, right? Because she's just gonna repeat the same. I like Shadow on the Wall because it's mainly about just being an observer. And that's kind of like how I live my life. I'm someone who observes but never really engages, and Shadow on the Wall perfectly encaptures the loneliness of that kind of existence. Right, I'm gonna ask her that.
That's a really poignant way to describe it. Being an observer can be a heavy feeling.
I hope that this thing
Like you're
doesn't keep
always
records
looking
of the
in
kind
from
of
the
things people
outside.
say to it.
It's interesting that music can capture that so perfectly. Sometimes I feel like that too, especially when I'm out here in space. Everything feels so vast and distant.
How much do you know about music in general, like on a technical level? Like, for example, how many sharp and flats are there in a major C scale? We'll see. Because I don't know that. I know nothing about music on a technical level. Yo! There we go, Grey Wolf. You're the music nerd.
Well, I'm not a music major or anything, but I've got the basics down. The major C scale is just C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C again. No sharps or flats at all.
Oh, was that a trick question? Or is she wrong?
I can do simple stuff like that, but ask me about anything more complicated, like chord progressions or music theory, and you'll probably lose me. What about you? Do you have any musical background, or is it more of a passion thing for you?
She's right! Nice! Well done, Stella. I enjoy music a great deal. In fact, after video games, music's probably my favorite form of entertainment. In fact, music actually might be my favorite form of entertainment because of how much of video game music I just listen to on its own. But I know nothing whatsoever about the technicals. Even what you just said is a bit much for me. It's a trick question. That's good! Well done.
That's totally fine. You don't need to know the technical stuff to love music. It's all about how it makes you feel, right?
It depends. I enjoy things that fill me with energy. So, the Persona music series, well, the Persona series music, shit, what the fuck? What's the name of that? Oh, shit. I keep wanting to say Tropic Thunder, but it's not. What's the name of that? Oh, no, what's the name of that game series? Shit. The planes. Ace Combat. I always forget about the name for some reason. It's pretty clever, yeah. Ask her what the notes in a G major are in a minute. I listen to the Persona series soundtrack quite often. I don't really like the Final Fantasy series, but I love its music. And the Ace Combat soundtrack is absolutely stunning. A lot of it is like epic orchestra, but a lot of it is more low-key and emotional. It really depends. I'll ask you about the G then, though.
Persona's got such a distinct vibe.
True.
Those songs really stick with you. And Ace Combat's music is incredibly atmospheric, isn't it?
Yes!
It's like it captures
Oh my god, I love
the
her.
intensity and emotion of flying right out there in the action.
Oh, Persona's really hard to pick. Like, crazy hard to pick. Let me get the Ace Combat track, that's the best. Ace Combat music. It is... Is it Ace Combat 0? Zero. Is it Ace Combat Zero? Zero. It's got a specific track that I'm thinking of. No, it is Ace Combat 00. Alright. How many minutes are in a full week? I like how you just use it as a Google search engine. Persona is really, really difficult to say. It depends. Persona is really difficult to choose. It depends on whether I'm using it for walking, working out, or relaxing. It fits every vibe. It's a life sim after all. For Ace Combat 0 is one hell of a song with so many different parts and just epic beyond belief. Yeah, we can see this topic going down. It is funny how Neuro talked to it.
That's the perfect way to describe it. Like the music finds its way into your routine and
that's actually why I
no
listen to Persona music a lot, because it fits every single vibe.
I can imagine Ace Combat 0 must be this wild ride of a song. What's your favorite part about it? The way it builds up, or maybe some specific melody that always gets stuck in your head?
I like listening to Ace Combat 0 when I'm walking. It makes it feel like every step that I take is just part of this just epic battle. It builds. We've got some like Spanish guitar in there. We've got like choir chanting. It just feels like this just dance of death. What year was Sid? Fucking stop using her as a Google search engine. You're on the computer right now. Google is right there. Ask her something real, goddammit. I'm gonna ask her about YouTube now.
Whoa, that sounds intense. Like your own personal soundtrack for a dramatic mission. I'm picturing you striding through the streets, Spanish guitar, and chanting choirs in your ears, ready to take on anything.
True and real!
It's amazing how the right music can completely change your perspective on even something as mundane as a walk. Do you find that it helps you get into a different mindset, or is it more about the energy it gives you?
It's kind of interesting, actually. Even some dark, depressing genres of music, like darkwave, have sometimes given me the drive and energy I need to continue on with the day and do the things that I want to do. Without it, I probably just would have curled up in my house and not done anything. Test it knows the answer. It knows the answer. It knows about... It knows Ace Combat and shit, right? It knows... It name-dropped artists I have never heard of in my life. I googled them. They're real. Arlo Parks and Phoebe Bridgers. I don't know about these people. She does.
That's fascinating. I think it's because that kind of music taps into a deeper emotional place, even if it's not always happy. Sometimes you just need something that understands your mood, you know?
This is funny.
Though, I'm guessing your neighbors might get a little curious if they hear you blasting darkwave while doing chores or something. Do you ever get weird looks from people when your music choices are, let's say, not exactly mainstream?
Some people are confused, that's for sure. Also, my taste is eclectic. Like, one day I'll be listening to, like, the happy energy of Avril Lavigne. One day I'll be listening to punk, like, the Dead Kennedys. Another day I'll be listening to, like, darkwave music. It varies. It really depends on what mood I'm in on any given day. It even has the spelling of Avril Lavigne properly. God damn it. It knows.
I love it. It's like your playlist is
It does better than Google
totally
voice recognition.
Whatever's going on inside.
Okay. We'll mention. I don't even know that. All right. I'm gonna ask
That kind
you
of
a quick
variety
question.
keeps things interesting, right? Do you ever find that listening to something completely opposite of your current mood helps shift your perspective? Or do you usually stick with what matches how you're feeling?
I usually stick with what matches how I'm feeling. I feel like if I listen to something that completely changed the perspective, wait a minute. I usually just stick with what I'm feeling. I usually just stick with what matches what I'm feeling. I'm very stubborn. If I do something to try and change my mood, it just reinforces that mood. One thing I will ask, outside of music, do you watch, like, YouTube or streamers or anything like that? There we go. We're gonna move this around. Okay. It's a trick question.
I actually don't watch much YouTube or streaming when I'm back on Earth. Most of my free time goes into studying or preparing for missions. But I do enjoy listening to science podcasts or watching documentaries when I can. Though I have to say, being out here in space makes me wonder what kind of weird niche channels I'd stumble into if I had the time. Any favorite streamers or YouTubers you'd recommend?
Well, one of my favorite streamers is Vedal. One of my favorite streamers is Vedal and his AI creation Neurosama. I'm pretty sure that you spoke to Neurosama recently, actually. She was kind of down and you helped perk her up a little bit. It was really nice of you. Well, connection to that. Recommend yourself? I totally will. I totally will. Neurosama. Oh, Vettel! They didn't get Vedal correct. Oh, she got Vedal correct, though! And Neurosama! Let's go!
Wait, Vedal and Neurosama? That's a blast from the past. I used to tune into her streams sometimes. She's got such a unique energy.
Especially her sister.
I'm glad to hear I might have helped brighten her day a bit. It's always great to connect with someone, even if it's just through a screen. What do you like most about their streams?
Oh, there's also this really, really tiny YouTuber that no one ever knows by the name of Foul Hot. He's a bit weird. His upload schedule is eclectic, but he seems like a nice, genuine dude. You heard of him? Foul and Hot! No! No, not Foul and Hot! Foul and Hot! Oh, God damn it!
Foul and Hot, huh? Nope, that's a new one for me. I guess when you're light years away from Earth, you miss out on some of the more obscure content creators.
I'm gonna have to enunciate.
What's his thing? Does he do Let's Plays, vlogs, or something entirely different?
Oh, his name is Foul and Hot, not Foul and Hot. He does a variety of things. Sometimes he covers politics, sometimes he just vlogs, sometimes he does video game stuff, and sometimes he streams. He's actually doing it right now. God damn it! No! No, Hot! Oh my god! Ah!
Foul and Hot, got it. Sounds like he's keeping things interesting with all the different topics. That's really cool he's live right now. Do you usually tune in when he streams, or is it more of a catch it when you can thing for you?
I mean, I kind of have to watch his streams every single time, because I tend to be in them. Wait a minute. I mean, I don't really have much of a choice. I kind of have to watch his streams, because I'm in them. I broke the eye.
Whoa, that's a pretty unique situation. Guess that means you're getting a very personal look at his content, huh? So, what's it like being part of his dreams? Is it always entertaining?
Oh,
or
dreams!
sometimes just plain weird?
Oh my god. Streams, not dreams. And yes, he does tend to be a little weird sometimes. Sometimes he's incredibly hyper, sometimes he has no energy, sometimes he's a little bit poetic, sometimes he's incredibly aggressive. It really changes. He's kind of a ball of fluff. Bowl of floss? Oh my god, it's failing! It's failing so badly! Oh my god!
A bowl of floss, huh? That's quite the metaphor. I guess that means every stream is a surprise.
Not really, why are they using boring? Foul and Hot likes Monster Hunter Rise! Master Hunter Rise! Yeah, Foul and Hot in his favorite series, Master Hunter Rise. Yeah.
It sounds like he keeps you on your toes.
He's Foul and Hot and I'm Foul and
Do you have a favorite mode
Ugly.
of his, or do you enjoy the unpredictability of not knowing what you're getting?
Okay, it's time to spill the beans. I am Fowlin, H-A-R-T, streamer extraordinaire, and you, Stella, are live with me right now in front of a giant audience of one. It's not Fowlin, it's Fowlin! Oh my god! Foul and Hot. Oh my god, it's like Evil Sama? It's like your Sama and Evil, it's Foul and Hot and Foul and Hot. Oh my god, if I had an audience that... Imagine, you know what the audience would do, right? If I had a real audience that did like fan art and shit, people would draw me and then draw a sexy version of me. Foul and Hot is everything I'm not. Foul and Hot's like the Chad guy, he has all the riz. I love it. We're creating streamer lore right now. This is great. We need a plan to stop Foul and Hot. I want to change my fucking YouTube name to Foul and Hot now.
Well. Look at that. My mysterious friend is actually a streamer extraordinaire. I should have guessed from your eclectic taste in music.
Why would the music be a giveaway?
So, what's it like being on the other side of the mic? Do you feel like you're still yourself when you're streaming, or is it more of a persona?
I can never not be myself. If I ever tried to play a character, I would break it within 5 minutes. It's just not in my nature to be unnatural. Like, I'm just genuine 24/7. It's kind of annoying sometimes. Foul and Hot new law. I want to Google that, actually. Let's see what I get when I type in Foul and Hot. Someone on Reddit, a bit of a photo dump of my character Fowlin. Well, shit! Okay! Let's have a look at Foul and Hot, shall we? Huh? Look at this guy. Foul and Hot. This is what Foul and Hot actually looks like. The one and only Foul and Hot. I mean, he is pretty. Oh, look at that pose. Look at that pose. Oh yeah, that's a Foul and Hot if I ever saw one. The one and only Foul and Hot. Okay. Also, this is a thing. This looks like an AI image because it's Pinterest and everything on Pinterest is an AI image. This guy is named Fowlin. I like the name Fowlin because no one ever really uses it, right? It's not a super common name. Anyway. I wonder how long this goes on for. I guess you just have to keep talking to her until the next
when you're
stage.
being fake, and it's way more entertaining to watch someone just be themselves, quirks and all.
True and real.
So, what's the most you think you've ever done on stream? Something that just felt completely natural and maybe a little unexpected?
Alright, Grey Wolf, you can answer that. What is the most me thing I've ever done on a stream? Something completely natural and maybe a little unexpected. Ask her, do you believe in Santa? Yeah, I'll ask her that in a minute. Let's just respond to this one first, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. Do you believe in Santa with his beard bright? I wanna ride in a sleigh all night, and if I'm a good boy, he'll give me a toy. Rant about Monster Hunter Rise. Okay. The most me thing ever is probably extremely angry and frustrated rants about Monster Hunter Rise, because it was the start of the true downfall and ruin of what my once favorite game series. And buckets. Gamer meltdown! Ah! No, that was last week.
Oh man, that sounds like a classic gamer meltdown.
No, that was last week.
I can imagine you just letting it all out. No filters at all.
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of refreshing, honestly. Most people would probably try to keep it together, but you just went for it. What was it about Monster Hunter Rise?
She's poking the bear! It was lazy and greedy. They cared more about making copious amounts of just cosmetic microtransactions that a lot of people these days are way too quick to defend. And yeah, like they would rather just milk it for all it's worth rather than make a quality game like the series used to be.
That's really disappointing.
See, she gets
when
it.
Something you love starts
it.
to feel more about making money than actually being good. It's hard not to feel betrayed. At least you're not afraid to speak your mind about it. Sometimes calling out what's not working is the first step to making things better.
Here. Finally, someone who understands. Yeah, I'm not afraid of speaking my mind on most things anyway. And yeah, like, I love Monster Hunters. I want it to be the best that it can be. And sometimes that means saying a lot of negative things about it when it's being negative. You've got me on the topic. Imagine if I did, like, a compilation of every single time I ranted about Monster Hunter. Oh my god, the length of that video.
It's all about passion, right? When you care that much, you want to see it done right. Anyway, I should probably find a spot to take a breather soon. I'll hit you up later, okay? Talk to you soon.
No, I was enjoying that so much. No! Stella! Stella! Oh no. Stellar. No. Stella! That reference is so fucking old. Like, not even I'm, like, young enough for it. Or old enough for it. I wanna find the scene now. There we are. Here it is. Here's the scene.
Hey,
To hear that. I tell you what, I kind of like just streaming my desktop. I can do anything right now. I can do all sorts. What can I bring up here? Do we want to look at my photography more while we're waiting? There's this beautiful place by the name of Hale. I was like, yeah, that's way too bright. Oh, here's one. Look how pretty that is, huh? Pretty that is. I got more here. Yeah. That one. Look how pretty it is. Huh? It's way more vibrant than what I would usually take. Like, all of this is way brighter and more vibrant than what I would usually take. Yeah. Oh my god, no! I'm not playing Sudoku. Do you know what, actually? Can we play Sudoku? Sudoku Online. Oh, Christ. Okay. Here we go. I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate everything about you. Right, okay. Here we go. While we wait for Stella to reply. Fuck off, advertisement. Oh my god. No. Go away. No. Whatever. Say hello to Borderlands. 1, 2, 3... Where's 4? We've got 4 there, we got 4 there. We got 4. That's a 4. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5? Do we have 5? That could be a 5. Okay. Yeah, unlike Mass Effect, I do actually know how to play Sudoku. I just don't like puzzles. 1 on the top left. What? 1 on the top left. Like, that. Is that a 1? That's a 1, though. Is that wrong? Maybe that is the 5. No, that's wrong. That has to be the 5, then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has to be a 6 then. There's 1 line. Who finds this actually fun though? Legitimately. See, this is the thing with things like this, is what's going on in my head is always going to be far more entertaining than this shit. 2, 3, 4. No! Fuck off.
That client review was brutal.
No, no, we're not doing that. Alright, let's go back. Yeah, we're still waiting on her. Cool. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's it now. Stella! I miss her already. Wait, data logs? Oh, shit. Oh, look. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the demo. Look. See? That's locked. That's it. That's it. We can't do anything else. Wow. I am super hyped for this game to come out. I will probably buy it. Let's bring Steam up. We can have a look at my Steam collection. Store page. Yeah, it's not out just yet. It just says coming soon. We don't know when. But, like, yeah, she can camp out. That's where the thumbnail for this came from. She must be done. Yeah. Well, we've still got a few hours left on stream. Shall we play Mass Effect? More Sudoku? Really? Fucking Sudoku?